Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my name is Katie and today we're going to be doing my June TBR. So June is a very exciting month because A, it's my birthday. My birthday is on the 1st, which is always, I don't know, I really like having a birthday on the 1st of the month because it just feels special. I don't know. Although I am having a slight existential crisis about getting older. But I know I'm still young, really. And then also it's Pride Month as well, which is really exciting, and I have a lot of videos planned for Pride Month. So yeah, I was gonna upload like my favourite like LGBTQ plus books like of all time, and then also do some like theme videos, so like my favourite sapphic books, my favourite Achillean books, my favourite asexual books, favourite like trans and non-binary books. I might do a bisexual one. I don't know whether I'll just throw that in with the sapphic and Achillean ones. So yeah, I thought I'd do that, and if anyone has any like requests for Pride Monthy videos they want to see, then definitely let me know. June is quite exciting because I'm doing my final ever placement of medical school. So basically, because I've now finished like my exams and stuff, so I'm qualified, but they do this like, we have to do this like shadowing month, so we like do with the, so junior doctors are a big entity, and the first like when after you graduate medical school, the first thing you are is something called an FY1 doctor, and it's like foundation year 1. So you're basically for a month shadowing an FY1 doctor and learning like how to do more the jobby aspects rather than just the medicine, if that makes sense. Although I kind of do already know like most of it just from spending time on the wards and stuff, but I'm looking forward to it because I'm doing it in paediatrics, and I love paediatrics, and my first job is paediatrics, so for the rest of the year I'm basically doing all paediatrics, which is exciting. And yeah, so looking forward to that, but I might not have quite as much time for reading as I've had in April and May. But I think I'll still have quite a lot of time because I won't be like stressed about exams or anything, which will be nice. Yeah, it's nice. I've been helping out some of the 4th years with like their exam prep and stuff, and it's just, I like it because it's like making me realise that I don't have to worry about that anymore, which is maybe bad, but anyway. So yes, anyway, books that I want to read in May. So the first books I'm going to talk about are new releases coming out, which I'm very, very excited for. So the first book is Speaking Bones, and this is probably my like second most anticipated release of the year, the first one being Nona. And yeah, I just cannot wait. It's the final book in the Dandelion Dynasty quartet. This series is so good. It like quickly skyrocketed to being one of my favourite series ever. It is kind of based on Chinese history. I think it actually follows it fairly closely. I think some people criticise the first book as being like a history textbook, and then there's some fantasy elements, and I think the fantasy elements grow as you go further through the series. The first book is definitely like slightly more historical, and then there's like meddling gods and stuff, which I always love. And yeah, so the first one following these two characters, Kuni and Martyr, and they're both basically like forming these rebellions against this like emperor who's kind of bad, and then they start working together, and then they have fallouts. And then the rest of the books are kind of following this new like dynasty that's been established, or dynasty even, I should proper English. And the characters are just so good. I love them so much. There's so many amazing female characters. Gia is like this evil MILF who's amazing. Farah is a great like little cinnamon roll. Thera is one of my favourite characters ever. She's really hard to describe actually, but she's just so good. Yeah, it's a really great series. And Speaking Bones is the finale, which is so exciting, and I think it's just going to be an amazing time because so the way the series was originally meant to be a trilogy, but they split the last book into 2 because it's so long. So the Veiled Throne, quite a bit of it is like set up for Speaking Bones, and I think it's just going to be so much like payoff and so good. Can't wait to see what Gia's up to. Yeah. I hope certain characters get happy endings, but I know that might be hoping for too much. Yeah. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to that one, as you can probably tell. And also coming out is The Perfect Crimes of Marion by Cat Sebastian, which I'm very looking forward to. I really like Cat Sebastian's writing. Oh, well, writing, just books. They're very like cozy historical romance type books. And this one is like the kind of sequel slash companion to the Queer Principles of Kit Webb. So it's following like two different characters, but they were characters in the first book. So we're following Marion, who is like, she's basically just killed her husband, who was evil, and now she's on the run, and the only person she can like turn to for help is Rob, who was blackmailing Marion. So then they're like on the run together, and they're like going closer and stuff. So I think it's gonna be really fun. I love both Marion and Rob as characters in Kit Webb, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing how everything plays out. And I've seen good like early reviews because I was looking at them on Goodreads, so yeah. Oh yes, at the end of June, Lachlan's the final book in the, I don't know what the trilogy is called, but the first one is Foundry Side anyway, and I really like this trilogy. It's been ages since I read Foundry Side, and quite a while since I read the second book, Shorefall, but this was one of the like first adult fantasy series I feel like I really actually read. And yeah, so I think it has a special place in my heart because of that. There's a sapphic relationship which I love. It's like the dynamic of like feral thief and like super genius inventor, and I just love them. And there's some other good characters as well. It's really fun. Like the first book has really fun, almost like heisty type plot. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing how everything concludes in the final book. I think it's going to be good. So I'm a bit torn because it is available like the ARC on NetGalley, so I don't know whether to request it or whether, because I've read books 1 and 2 on audio, so I don't know whether to just wait for the audiobook to come out. We'll see. Okay, there's some other books I want to read. So I recently went on a bit of an audiobook buying spree. So I have Charizard by Adrian Chbosky, which is his like new sci-fi series. I mean, Charizard came out last year, but I think the sequel's just come out. And it sounds really interesting, so I thought I would read it. Even though I still haven't read, I need to read Children of Ruin. And this one we're following, I don't know what the character's name is, but I think, and I might be getting this synopsis completely wrong, I think we're following a character who's like on this ship and they discover some sort of alien ancient like ruins, and then the government is like hunting them down for some reason, or they're trying to protect these ruins. I don't know, something along those lines. But I feel like Adrian Chbosky books are always kind of, I don't know, I just really like them, like the way they're written and stuff. There's like a good balance between like serious and light humour, and his like humour is really good. I always like it. And yeah, so, and he's some good commentary on like social justice issues and stuff, so I'm looking forward to that one. And then also got More Jew, I think I'm saying that right, by Alex Phoebe, and that one is I'm not 100% sure what this one's about. It kind of gives me like a Neil Gaiman book vibes, and it is like this city, I think, and there's this like carcass of a dead god or something, and I think the main character we follow is quite young and just getting up to mischief in the city. I don't really know, but I'm interested to see what I think of this, because I think I've seen some people like really love it, but then other people not love it as much, so we'll see. But I'm curious to see what I think of it. So yeah, there's that one. And then we also have The Martyr by Anthony Ryan. I think I may have got that name confused with someone else. And this is the sequel to The Pariah, and I actually really liked The Pariah. I read it last year, and I think I enjoyed it more than I was expecting to, because the main character is one of the, like, a character archetype that I love, and that's like the cheeky, charming rogue. I don't know, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in this book. Can't really remember that much of what happened in book 1. I just remember I think there was some sort of thing with like a religious cult, and I remember liking the main character, and I remember liking the like the main character's friend. There was a really good friendship, and like a male-female friendship as well, which I always love. And they're like, there was slight Robin Hood vibes, I feel like, as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in The Martyr, and given the title as well, maybe slightly worried about that. And I remember liking like the writing and everything was good. And they also have the so I have an ARC for book 3, but I haven't actually read book 2, so I need to get on that. And that's The Splinter King and the Godbreaker by Mac Brooks, and I really enjoyed The Black Coast as well. I read that last year, and it's just a really like fun, refreshing fantasy. I feel like it's a little bit different from what you normally see in epic fantasy, I remember really loving all the characters, and yeah, I think it's just gonna be a good time. So yeah, looking forward to reading that one. I feel like I've been reading like less like big epic fantasy, so I want to try and get back into a few. I don't know, I just keep reading like smutty romance. Need to stop. Anyway, and arcs. Oh, I had a load of arcs to get through, so I read them all and I reviewed them all, and then stupidly requested a load more arcs. So now in May I've been mostly reading my arcs, which is exciting because there have been some really good ones. But yeah, I feel like I've been a bit choked down by arcs in May, but I'm determined to finish them all by like early June, I think. And then I'm gonna put myself on an arc requesting ban until, but that's the problem then, as soon as you put yourself on an arc requesting ban, a really exciting arc comes out. So yeah, doesn't help that I'm like on the Orbit and Tor newsletters, and then they send you an email every month with what titles are available to request, and then it's like, oh, can't resist. Oh yeah, so that's just prompted me to another book that I can't actually remember the title of, but I read an arc of Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater in May, and the Orbit, I think they're already all published, but Orbit are like republishing them because I think maybe they were self-published before, and they're like releasing one in June, one in July, one in August. So I think Half a Soul they're publishing in June, but I've already read it because like the arc the month before, so then they're probably gonna be releasing the arc for the one that's coming out in the one that's coming out in July in June. So I want to read that one. And these are like basically Regency romances, but like with a bit of a fairy tale twist, like there's fairies involved. So, and I really enjoyed Half a Soul, so I'm looking forward to reading whatever the second one is, Half a Something. I'll put a picture in, but yeah, I'll actually I'm a bit torn whether to just buy them, but I feel like I could just wait for the arcs because then I can read them for free. So yeah, there's that one as well. Yeah, so I think I'll leave it there for my TBR for now. I'm sure there's more books that I probably will end up reading, because there's like a load of books from my April and May TBRs that I still haven't read that I still want to read. Because like, yeah, I've got a big pile here. Oh, I know what I have. Skyward Flight by Brandon Sanderson. I feel like I'm just I filmed a 5-star predictions video. I'm just repeating all the books from that. Yeah, Skyward Flight by Brandon Sanderson. This is very pretty. And I'm very much looking forward to reading this. I can't remember if this was in my May TBR or not. It probably was. But I took this on holiday with me, but I never got around to reading it because I was reading all my arcs. Yeah, so this one was just novellas following characters from the like Skyward world. But I'm looking forward to it. I love Jürgen, who's one of the characters who gets his own novella. And yeah, FM as well, who I really love. So yeah, hopefully this will add some extra stuff to the world. I'm not entirely sure whether these take place before or after Cytonic. I don't know, but hopefully we'll get more Doomslug content. Always love a bit of Doomslug and Mbot. Although we're not following Spencer, so I don't know if there will be Mbot in there, but anyway, looking forward to it either way. Yeah, and like some of the books like She Gets the Girl, Crescent City 2, Rule of Wolves, which has been on every TBR for ages, and Eye of the World, which is even worse. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting books to be reading. So yeah, I'll have to make the most of my reading before I start work in August. So yeah, I hope everyone is having a great day. Let me know in the comments a book you're planning on reading in June. I'd really love to know. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I know I already said it, but I hope everyone's having an amazing day again, and I will see you next time.